So, good evening to everybody, and good morning to New York if they have joined. So, thank you for attending today's PDC. So, I have picked up this topic, the reasons we fail. It's almost connected to what even sometimes even I face, and I try to pick up myself in most cases. And I thought it would be a uh, good topic to share with every one of you all. So, as a person or as an individual, when we are doing some particular task or we are doing some particular activity, we would always like to complete it successfully. But sometimes we usually don't have the successes coming on our way, or we are not able to achieve it 100%. And in many cases it also happens that we do not acknowledge like the failure when we don't achieve something, or the reason why. It could be something related to a personal effort, or it could be related to something that is that I was not able to do it properly. So, but in most cases everyone will have their own successes and failures. So when we talk about successes or wins, they are almost a similar kind of a word, it is used consecutively over here. So winning is more about like a competition where we get involved in some competition, and success is more about having that sense of accomplishment of doing something. So it's just used complementally here. So just to make us understand this topic. So but and what happens in this in our life is that if we win all the time, we will not be able to handle failure. So like if from the childhood whatever I'm doing, I'm always gaining a success, or I'm always winning in something, I do not experience a failure, that I will not be able to handle those failures in the right perspective. And when we actually meet some, and all the people, all the successful person, or whoever role models we have in our own lives, or the people we see, or successful people we see, they will always admit that they have gone through failures, but they have always stepped up, and by finding a new way or a solution. So they have been it's not that when we look at Steve Jobs or whoever, Bill Gates or anybody, it's not that they haven't experienced failure. They have definitely. And because they have changed their perspective, they've been able to find new ways by stepping them up. Now, two things what we could learn from our mistakes in this is that there is at least one reason why we failed. I mentioned over here, it could be something internal or external. What I meant is by internal is uh, there could be some kind. It could be related to uh, the knowledge that I have to have this to do a particular activity, or it could also be the level of confidence, or what is my inner feeling at that moment of time. So that is how I feel. Or it could be an external circumstances where I don't get enough support, or I do not have enough resources. So that is one part of it. And the second part is that we can always, from the failure we can always take a positive step, or we can rebound from it. That means we can always look for a hope in the future, that we will be able to achieve what we have not been able to achieve. So I've taken some few points which I want to list out, like why the some of the reasons why we fail. So most people fail not because they lack knowledge or talent, but because they just give up halfway. Persistence is important. So so like many of us may not have an education, uh, or maybe not be doing a job right now which is directly related to our educational background. So but uh, the efforts that we put to do a particular task, has to come from like what we know or how can we solve it. So but if we give up halfway, then we will not be able to achieve it. So in most cases, because we are not able to do, we tend to either blame that I do not have this particular knowledge, or I do not have this talent, that is why I cannot complete it, and that is where we give halfway. And for this reason, persistence is really important. That means we need to push ourselves to do a particular task. So if we see if there is a seed which is sown, okay, even like if you see this picture over here, there is a tree which is growing through the rocks. So because there was a seed and it has the potential to grow, it has found its way to grow as a small tree. So this is what it is, we can learn from this small example or this small picture, that uh, there is a potential in each one of us, but we will have to find a way to grow like this small shrub which has passed through the cracks of the rocks, and it has grown up to this level. So what we could do in this case is that we need to repeat some actions over and over again. If we know that certain thing is right, that means if I know I'm moving if I'm taking the right path, then I will definitely be able to achieve it. We need to have hope that whatever step I'm taking now, I will be able to succeed. And at every step, what if we are experiencing some kind of a failure, we can make some slight changes to the way we are approaching a particular problem in ahead of us. So this is one of the reasons, that is lack of persistence. The other one is the dismissal of past mistakes. So as it's written over here, that some people live and learn and some people only live. It's very clear over here that what whenever we face some obstacles, or when we face any challenges, or when we experience any failures, if we don't learn from it, then we will not be able to grow. And it's mentioned very clearly that failure is a teacher, so it teaches us what is right and what is wrong. So we must always have the attitude that it doesn't matter what I am doing. If I'm failing, then I will learn from it, and I will be successful. So wise people will learn from their mistakes. So so right from the start, from the time when I had taken up the job, I always, in whatever aspect it could be, it may be in at the interpersonal level or at the work related level, I've made many mistakes, and I have actually learned the hard way. And it has it has taught me a lot of things. I will not say that I have become perfect, that but even now now I have some level of failures where I'm learning. So this is what we have to learn, that is, we have to learn from what we are failing, and why we are failing. So we have to introspect ourselves. The other part is lack of discipline. So So anyone who has accomplished anything worthwhile have never done without discipline. So um, so discipline in terms of how we set ourselves, or how we um, you know mm, how we set ourselves for maybe a particular day wise activity, or how do we challenge ourselves. So discipline actually takes self control, sacrifice, and avoid distractions and temptation. So if we can control ourselves uh, by not getting distracted, or and we have to sacrifice certain things in our lives if we have to accomplish something. So either uh, like, say for example, if we have to have good grades, then we have to study regularly. This is what we have been our parents have been teaching us. But sometimes we don't learn from it. We don't have a discipline of regularly studying. Or even now, like, we are encouraged to read a lot of books, and even for me it becomes a problem sometimes, that I'm not really consistent, and I get carried away with what happens around me, and I don't I'm not reading consistently. So last week, I managed to read every day for at least half an hour. But this week I failed on it, and I could start again yesterday. So we have to have some set timings for us, where we do certain things at certain time. And when we do that, when we know that we will not be distracted at this time, or when we know that even if I get some distraction, I should make sure that I'm doing the task, what I'm doing right now at that particular time, then I'll be able to achieve it. So we have to discipline ourselves, but and also be flexible sometimes. And most important, I think, is to remain focused. So uh, if I know, if before going to bed, or even when I'm early morning, when I'm waking up, let me read something for half an hour. I need to find a particular time where I'm not disturbed by anybody, and I have to maintain that time where I'm reading. So I have chosen this time as a morning time, because in most cases, usually it is a quiet time for me, and I can manage doing the reading. So we have to discipline ourselves, and make sure that we are avoiding these distractions. The next part is the poor self esteem. So poor self esteem is lack of self respect, lack of self respect and self worth. Usually when we experience failures again and again, we get this kind of a feeling in us that I'm like this only, like I will not be able to do well in this aspect of my life. And we try to either blame ourselves, or have this, or go into this kind of a negative thoughts, and it puts us down. uh, so and The most important thing, what even in one aspect I learned over here, is that we should keep trying. So failure is like not a it is not a failure until we stop trying. So one of the things which I can share over here is that when I actually joined at SJ Innovation initially, I had a big challenge for my own self, where I couldn't face clients, and every time I I used to actually uh, not be really confident enough to face a client. And I used to always wonder, like, what will the when a client says something, or when the client is little bit angry, how will I respond. And I used to always look for some kind of a support for me, where uh, uh, where I would always, whenever I had to join a client call, and um, I had actually taken in my mind that I cannot handle client calls. I had actually come to a conclusion that I'm not good at handling client calls, and I discussed this many times with Shahid also, and others, and there was a point in time where I had to take this decision for myself, that I had to try something out on my own, that is gain that confidence in myself by talking to some clients, and I pushed myself into this on purpose. And today I can see that because I have tried and pushed myself uh, and tried again and again by talking to many clients, I can face these clients very easily. So no matter what kind of a situation it is, whether it is a bad situation, I don't have that fear in me, and I'm able to uh, face the clients. So one of the examples which I want to just share over here is about Thomas Edison. So about his life and about his inventions. I think we must have studied in our school, and but I just want to share some few points about himself. So when he was at the age of 12, he had started having hearing problems, and he became completely deaf in one of the ears, and the other one he could barely hear. So at that of point of time, he could very well lose his self respect or self worth, that he will not be able to do anything in life ahead. But his mother homeschooled him, and he didn't demean himself. So what positive he took from this kind of a weakness of hearing inability, that the hearing loss actually allowed him to avoid distractions and concentrate more on reading. So he was a very curious child. So because he was curious, he learned most of the things by reading a lot of books, and that is how he gained his knowledge. And he was able to he went to invent electric power generators, then mass communications, then sound recording, motion pictures, and even the electric light bulb. So even while he was inventing this electric light bulb, he had many failures, and what he considered that every step that he failed was a step to success. So every time he failed, he considered that it was a step to success. So even we should feel the same way, that every time I fail on something, I must feel that okay, this I'm learning something from this, and I will move ahead. And the last one is the fatalistic attitude. That means um, fatalistic means we regard success and failure to luck. That means we are dependent on the luck that favors us. So even no without uh, no amount of effort that we put, we resign to resign to our fate, and we feel that you know there is a attitude that sets in us, that whatever has to happen will happen anyway. So it is okay whether I have a success or a failure. So that is an incorrect attitude. So we must always have this attitude, or say to ourselves every day, that I will do my best. So this actually sets our mind in a positive note, and the rest of the day becomes more fruitful. And uh, I must say that even this week or even last week, I had this kind of a feeling where, I'm not, worthy enough. Like this part, I actually started developing this very poor self-esteem, and I did talk about it, this in my one-on-one. And when I introspected, I felt that there is so many things I need to change, or I can make a change in myself. And while even I had prepared this PDC almost a week back, but still I felt a sense of this feeling even while I was preparing this. So we can imagine like how the mind works. It's very subtle, and it can change at any moment, but we need to remind ourselves again and again that I will do my best, and we have to believe that I am responsible for my own success and failure. So we may have a lot of excuses at certain times, that okay, because of this external circumstances, I did not, I was not able to accomplish it, or because of this person, I was not able to do my job correctly. But we have to see, we have to come back to our own attitude, or what is our mindset at that moment of time. So whether I have made enough efforts to resolve certain things or no. So this is what is more important. So always reminding ourselves that I will do my best, and that I am responsible for my own success and failure. So if we have these two things in mind, then whatever kind of failures we have, or whatever unsuccessful attempts we have in whatever activity do, we will be able to win over. So I didn't add too many points in this because I didn't want to make it too lengthy also. This is all I had to share in this personal development class, PDC.